Good morning, YouTube family. It's Andrea here at VW Family Farm, and I'm going to attempt to do something this week that we've had people ask us about, and it's going to involve quite a bit of work for me carrying this camera around all week, but that's okay. I'm going to show you guys a week in the life of YouTube vloggers, farmers, homesteaders, whatever you want to call us. We're going to take you around with us this entire week. Ben is going to be actually at work part of the time we're filming this because that's real life for us. He gets up and goes to work, and the kids and I work around here. He'll be here for some of it. We got a lot of exciting things coming up towards the end of the week, and I'm just going to show you how I get everything done and let you in on the secret that sometimes I don't. So let's get busy. First thing, breakfast. All right, now is where we split up. Lane has gone back to the big herd of beef cows. He's moving some wires around. He's gonna take you along out there. You can see I'm pulling my wagon. I'm fixing to go milk some cows. Like I told you earlier, it's Monday morning. We are moving a little slower on Monday morning. By Tuesday, we're in a groove and we are cranking out some work, but Mondays, usually the weekend's been pretty busy, and Mondays is a little hard to get back in the groove of working. So therefore, what we usually do on Mondays is we split up. Emily's doing the feeding. She's doing all the feeding. She's gonna take you around for some of that. And I just have to say, I'm pretty impressed that a 15-year-old girl that can dress up and look like a model can also feed a farm full of animals. I'm pretty proud of her. She can handle herself pretty well. So she's taking care of all of that. I'm out here at my milk barn. Thought I'd give you a glimpse of Miracle. If you're new around here, Miracle was a first-time heifer, meaning she'd never had a calf before and had a lot of trouble having it. Calf wound up dying, and she all but died. When we found her, she was almost dead. We wound up nursing her back to health. She laid on the ground for 11 days of us feeding and watering and taking care of her. And then after 11 days, we thought it's now or never. And we had tried a lot of contraptions in the meantime to get her up. And after 11 days, we got her up and she stood up. And it literally just felt like we were witnessing a miracle. Even our local vet was like, 11 days, that's pretty unheard of. So that's her name, Miracle. And she became a YouTube celebrity, I guess you could say. You can see her back there. I got emails from people from everywhere saying I cried like a baby when Miracle stood up, and believe me guys, I did too. I was screaming and shouting. It was so awesome. And since then, she's adopted a son who, yes, she has fully adopted now. She lets him nurse all the time. It's a little bull calf who his mama got struck by lightning and died. He needed a mama, she needed a baby, and so now they have each other. The crazy part was, after the 11 days, she'd never been milked before, and she was a wild, crazy heifer. The shirt's crazy heifer, that was her. She was wild and crazy as a calf, and but through this experience, she calmed down. When she stood up, we started milking her. She still had milk, and as we milked each day, her milk came back, and now she's one of my best milkers. I milk her several times a week. So that's what I'm out here doing. Let's get busy.
Hey y'all, so I'm out here feeding pigs and steers today. I'm actually doing all of the chores since they're off doing their work too. So right now I'm on pigs and steers. Here are our pretty steers. And I took the lazy man's way out. I just took the four-wheeler so I didn't have to walk it from all the way up there.
Miracle. Hey. Hey. What are you doing? What are you doing? So here this little beauty queen is. She came in to get milked. You're a good girl, aren't you? You ready for breakfast? There's Miss Marvel looking on. You've already had your breakfast. So I get her washed off good. I just use a reusable rag and some really good soapy water. Get her good and sanitary. I do it as many times as I need to. She's pretty clean. She always stays clean. She's like my princess cow. my girly girl cow. She's always clean. Her hair's always pretty. So I get her cleaned off. And while she's eating breakfast, we have this, this is called a closed system. That way when I get it on her, it's closed and there's no bacteria getting in. And you may be wondering why I don't have 4 claws, I only have 2. That's because our first milk cow on this farm, her name was Mama Cow, she only had 2 working quarters, so we had to modify. And now we've just found out over the years, 2 is just a lot easier for me to handle at one time than trying to get 4 on at one time. So I've just stuck with it, it's comfortable, it works for us. You can see that beautiful milk flowing through those lines. All right, next thing, the babies want their breakfast. You can see that little cutie in the corner. That's Miracle's adopted son, and you can see him. He's gonna run right to her. The mamas are lined up waiting. And you can see we gotta do some fly control when Ben gets home. So that's how it goes around here. You notice things that need doing, and you just take care of them then. What you saying, boy? What you saying, huh? You want out of there, don't you? And they don't even let me get the gate open. He's looking for his mom. Where's your mom? And that is so much progress. All right, got that job done. It's not too bad, but it's pretty hot. All right, one more thing that's happened while I've been out here. This is called the pulsator. This is what helps the milking machine not just suck constant pressure. It goes that's what those things on the claw do. That's to simulate a calf sucking. If it just sucked constantly, that would be painful for the cow if it never let that pressure off. So that's what that does. But for some reason, it's losing pressure part of the way through milking, and that can be a big problem. So Ben's gonna have to look at that when he gets home too.
All right, guys, first thing I'm doing is I'm out here feeding the chickens at the cluck wagon.
Let's see how many eggs we got in this one.
Oh yeah. My next thing is I have to move some wires to go behind the cows. I've already took one up. I'm fixing to show you me reeling the second one up, and then we'll go put them up. I've already put up an entire wire. I've reeled one out, and now we're putting the post in. And once I finish that, I'll be done with this job too.
I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. So all we do is you just put the wire through the loop, and then just step on it. Done.
Do that like 8 to 10 times, and we're done.
Now we're checking all the cows.
Here's our newest baby.
So we are leaving to go get some chicken feed because there is some in stock right now, so we're gonna go get some feed.
Got the feed, huh?
Yep.
Look at that girl carrying 50 pounds. Show me your muscles, girl. So this is literally what I look like after 30 minutes of cardio. And some of you may be thinking, you live on a farm and work all the time. Why are you exercising too? Well, the short answer is it makes me feel good. Emily and I started working out this year, and we work out 4 or 5 times a week. You can see she didn't work out with me today, but they went to the feed store and unloaded feed, so she got her workout. But it makes me feel good physically as well as like mentally and emotionally. It's just, I do really good if I work hard and I wear myself out. I'm not a person that can sit around and have a lot of downtime. I just don't do well that way. The kids call me a workaholic, but honestly, it just makes me feel good to get up and get tired, get moving, get stuff done. The times that I sit around are when I start to get down in the dumps. So I've just learned that about myself, so that's why I do it.
Fixing to film a video, not the video that we're working on right now. We're filming another video because it's midday. That's usually when we film our videos. It's about lunchtime, and we usually, guys, just take you along, but whatever we're doing, we don't have time with everything we do to actually sit down and make something up. So it's usually just whatever we're doing. And today, that is picking the garden.
What is going on, YouTube family? It's Andrea here at VW Family Farm. We are outside in the front garden. We're about to pick some stuff. We're going to take you guys along, see what we get harvested today, give you some tips of what's going on in our garden. We've had some problems. So we're going to be honest with you guys about those and tell you kind of what we're doing about them, what our plans are for the next week or so here in the garden. So let's get busy. We got work to do.
So the other day we were pulling weeds right in here, and we kept hearing a hissing noise, and it turns out under the row cover, inches from where we were pulling weeds, there was a snake. It was scary, wasn't it?
It was. And Ben is really hard of hearing. Like, I'm not making fun of him. He seriously is. So we were all hearing it just going, but it could have sounded like you were stepping on something you were like pushing air out of. And so he was convinced it was just a noise we were making, and we're like, there is something hissing. Turns out it was a huge rat snake.
Eat lunch now.
I love me some Cheetos.
Sandwich and Cheetos. Stir fry.
We told you we were gonna pick the garden, but we had to put the cameras down and just get to work. It's probably been like at least 2 hours of solid garden picking and weeding. We had to weed 3 rows of green beans. It had been 2 weeks since they've been weeded, and it was like a jungle. So that took a long time. It's really hot. Our grandparents actually came over, and they pulled a bunch of beans that we pulled up. They pulled them off of the plants. So we got all that done, and I'm gonna show you what all we got picked. This is what green beans were ready. This is the tomato harvest. That's about half a bushel, not quite. Here is over a half a bushel of all of the shell beans we got pulled off. And here's all the cucumbers, some cauliflower and okra, just a small assortment of things. So we're going inside now to cool off. The weather says it feels like 96. It's a lot hotter feeling than that, but we're gonna go inside and get cool off for a minute.
All right, it is 3:30. I'm just now about to eat a bite of lunch. We have worked hard today. That's all I can say. You're going to see on a garden vlog everything we did in the garden. We just weeded a bunch of rows and a whole bunch of stuff. You'll see that. But we're back inside, cooling off a little bit, and I'm about to eat a bite. I'm pretty much eating anything that I can find to put a garden tomato in. So today it's a wrap. I'm going to eat that really quick, and then we're going to have to split up and go different directions again, and we will be wrapping up the work for today. Also, about this time during the day, it's time for me to think about supper. So if I don't plan, we're going to eat junk, or we're going to wind up, we're out in the middle of nowhere, so it's not like we can call in even a pizza. They won't bring it out here. But I'm going to tell you, even out in the middle of nowhere, you find ways to go get junk and fast food if you don't plan. So that's my biggest tip, is plan, plan, plan. So I'm not a big planner, like I have no meal plan or anything. I am a planner, but I'm not a meal planner. It's just, I need to find something, and I need to be realistic at this point. Do I have time to stand over the stove and do a big involved meal tonight? And the answer is no, because we're about to go haul some heifer calves to the sale barn. So it's going to be an Instapot night. So I'm literally throwing a couple of our chuck roasts from our home raised beef in the Instapot. I'm not even going to turn those on yet. I'm just going to chop them up with some onions and get them in there ready to turn on. Then I'll probably turn those on for about 45 minutes, closer to supper time. Y'all so need one of these. It's such a lifesaver. Meanwhile, here's these two little workers. They are working on y'all's comments. They sit here and they read them to me. We talk about them. They respond to y'all. Sometimes I do them too. Sometimes Ben does them too. We all kind of work on it. We read every one of y'all's comments, don't we, Em?
Yep.
We read them, and if it's a question or just whatever, they read them to me too. So that's what they're up to, and then it's back to work. All right, we're splitting up again. We're leaving Emily in here to edit. So we have split up the editing duties. It used to only be Lane that edited, And then we forced him literally to take some help from Emily, and it's been a really good thing. They share those duties. Ben and I have also edited. We're not the main editors every day. That's Lane and Emily, and they kind of take turns. They do a great job. So whoever's day it is to edit stays inside and edits, and the other one goes with me and finishes up whatever it is we need to finish for the afternoon. So like I don't know if I said this already, but it's like 4 o'clock. Ben will be home pretty soon. We're gonna go get some cows up so that we're ready to do our last job outside but when he gets here. So we have a big group of calves. We'll be weaning in about November. But we had, we haven't had our huge group of cattle for very long, a little over a year, getting close to a year and a half. If you're new here, we've always had cattle, but we went off the deep end and bought a big herd of beef cattle last February. And so we're still working out the kinks. We're still trying to get their calving schedule regulated so that we know exactly when they're gonna calve. When we bought them, they were just in with a bull. He just stayed in with them all the time. So they were just calving all the time. And that's okay, you can do it that way, but we kind of wanted it more on a schedule, know when to expect our calves, have them all at once, sell big groups at one time. So since they weren't like that, we have an oddball group that we weaned about 10 calves that were born late last fall. So we showed you a couple weeks ago weaning those off, and that's the start of our beef operation. So I'm getting some feed so we can go get some cows up. For right now, we are still trying to pay off our calves. We have a budget and a plan, and they should be paid off later this year. When we sell that large group of calves in November, that should completely get us out of debt, completely 100%. But those 6 steers that we're keeping to start our beef operation, we're not gonna keep the heifers out of that group. There was 4 heifers and 6 steers, and we're just gonna start with the 6 and see how that goes. And to be honest, when you're still in debt and trying to operate a farm this size, we need to sell a few to have some operating money. So Lane and I are going to get them up. The girls, the heifers, are still in with my milk cows. We got the steers in the pen next to them with the pigs right now. So we've got them separated how we want them, along with 3 over here in the pig pen that are steers for this fall for our regular customers. And then the 6 that are little bull calves that are in here for next fall, those are going to be the beginning of VWFF's meat business for some of you guys, honestly. And so but we're going to go get up my milk cows because the heifers are in with them, hoping they're going to come right up. And we've got 1 little bull calf in there that we still have to band, and he needs to go over with the group in the pig pen. We got 4 heifers in there to sort out, and we got some fly spraying to do. And we got 2 milk mamas I've been milking to push out into the big beef pasture. So sounds like a lot, but that's really not going to be a whole lot of work compared to some of the times we have to work cows. So you ready to go get these sorted out?
Let's go.
Let's go. All right, so that whole group needs to come. And then there's 2 of them still straggling up in my red barn, and you can see the bull across there. We don't necessarily need him, although he needs fly spray. You can see they're coming good. The heifers we've got out there, I don't know that they're gonna come, but we'll see. We may have to round them up, but they like feed, so I got a bucket of feed in my hand. They may come pretty good. All right, we got them all up here. No problem. We're gonna try to sort out. I'm weaning off Calico's baby, that's Calico, and then Bella's the big tan Jersey mama in the back pen. We need to sort them 2 out and push them out with the beef herd and give them a break before they have another calf at some point. Lane did an awesome job. He got everybody separated we needed. These 2 girls, their calves are getting weaned, so they're just getting a basic fly spray, and then they're getting pushed out with the beef herd to rotate and eat grass all summer, have a break from nursing a calf. Their calves are way big, plenty big enough to be weaned. So we got this job almost lit. We got the cows separated. Somebody came home to help us.
Well, you done, hot mama.
How do you think we did today? Are you impressed?
I'm very impressed. I always love it when y'all got a lot already accomplished before I get home. We are ready to head to town with a load of cash.
Yep. You hook up. Lane and I are pushing these two mamas. We just took their babies back to the beef pasture, okay?
All right, sounds like a plan.
So Lane did an awesome job separating, and you can see I've already sprayed Miracle, Marvel, and that little Jersey Bull and their babies, and they're on the other side of the corral, pushed back in the milk pen. We got the 4 little heifers, and we got 1 bull to castrate and haul around to the bachelor pad pen with the pigs. Lane is letting me in so we can go push Bella and Calico back with the beef herd. So Bella and Calico took off down there, but they are behind a wire now. But we've got to get them from there, pushed right down there, not too far. That's where the beef herd is. So they've already rotated down that way from up here. We're gonna see if we can't do this, and we got this job under control.
You ever wonder where the saying, "you stubborn heifer," come from? Bella is a perfect example. Here they are. Come on.
Come on back around them. That worked like a charm. So now they are in there, getting a little break, lots of grass, all is well.
Heifers are all loaded up in the front of the trailer. All we got is this one little bull that's got to go to the bachelor pad. We're loading him up in the back of the trailer. It'll be easiest just to drive him to the house and let him out. And if you're wondering what we mean by that, our trailer has a divider in the middle, so the heifers are trapped up front. He'll go back here, and once he's let out, we'll give the heifers the whole trailer. Got him.
All right, it is like almost 5:30 now. We got all the calf sorting done. Ben and I are on our way to town. The kids decided to stay home so they could have a little free time. This is literally, sometimes I will just ride along just so we can visit and spend time together, because he's been gone all day. We've been working all day. If I just let him go and stayed home, we'd just never see each other. So here we are, a date to the sale barn. How do you feel?
The bad part about it is it's not even auction day.
No.
That's the fun part.
This is just a drop-off trip. The sale is actually tomorrow, so but Ben will be at work, so we're getting them dropped off now. I could take them by myself, but it's just more convenient for us to just go ahead and get them taken. Also, we're making a big egg delivery in the same town that we're taking the calves to. So we live like 20 miles at least from town, and then if you want to go across town to some of the stores that are over that way, like Walmart and things, it's even further. So we try to coordinate trips to town to as few as possible, because it just spends gas and time, and just everything turns into a big deal when you need to go to town. So we're taking it all tonight. This is our last big job. I started that Instapot, gonna go home and finish that up and eat supper and clean that up, shower. We are done for the night. So I'm leaving you guys here. That was our full day, and I am tired. One last thing before I wrap up Monday. We have a bonfire campaign, I think they call it, going on right now, where we made a few shirts on bonfire. Go check that out. There's a link below. It's a limited time. Those are only on there when you make those for like 3 weeks. So go check those out. Pick you one out. There's some cute ones. We'll be doing some more. Some people messaged and said they want bee and chicken shirts and all that kind of stuff. We'll be doing some more. I don't know exactly when or how long it'll be. So go grab you a cow one right now, and we will see you guys tomorrow. We're going to take you along all week this week. So I hope Tuesday's a little slower than Monday, because Monday whooped my tail. Just gotta say, my face is red, tired, wore out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless.